Yo, what's up? This is Shadow Rock and ProfoWon of the Floor Gangs and Nutmeg Tribe. And we're going to talk about how meditation is beneficial for your breaking. Now, the last editorial I did, I talked about Wim Hof, right? How the breathing can help, excel adrenaline, reset the body, reset like as far as under stressful situations, right? We're accessing the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system. Meditation is almost the same thing, but it's more of a slower benefit. You know what I'm saying? I've been practicing meditation for about, I would say, since 2008 until now, and I've practiced many different meditations. If you're aware of that, there's more than just one. There's definitely a meditation where where we practice non-movement and concentration on what's going on internally. So what makes a good b-boy or b-girl is two things that I've noticed anyway, that I think helps with the athletic, not just being athletic, right? Like if you have good athleticism, it's not just about that. It's not just about coordination. It's like the whole thing is because for so long when in the scene we were breaking without any coaches. So there's some people who get stuff like that, right? And some people have to work a little bit harder than others, right? Because it's not just, the whole thing is not just being athletically talented. There's something called proprioception. And with proprioception, basically, it's like being aware of your body. As you see someone like being blindfolded, you're aware of your surroundings without seeing it. You can internally feel it. You can feel like closing your eyes, you can feel what your body's doing. I feel like a lot of b-boys and b-girls and athletes that pick up stuff quick have a good internal measure. They can feel it out, called proprioception. The other thing is pattern recognition. I think a lot of good athletes and b-boys and b-girls have good pattern recognition. And pattern recognition is basically when you can see something and break it down. You can visually see in your head and you can break it down. That with proprioception will create a great athlete. So those are two major things: proprioception and pattern recognition. So you ask, what does that have to do with meditation? Well, with meditation, you actually can access these things. With meditation, you're actually trying to have proprioception through emptying your mind. Through meditation, you access pattern recognition through basically visualization. You can actually clear your head. Now, the thing is that they say is that you basically have 10 million thoughts going on in your head a day. Like 100,000 thoughts going on during the day. The thing with meditation is that you can actually zone into an emptiness. Now, here's the thing: you can't get rid of like thoughts just like that. Thoughts are just like the weather. They keep going. You're not in control of it. Buddhists call it the monkey mind. But with practice of meditation, you get to basically narrow down your thoughts. So, my old martial arts teacher used to say this, is that when we do martial arts, it's meditation in motion. So it's the same thing with breaking. It's meditation in motion. We're basically concentrating on one movement, one thought, connected to your proprioception. That's the whole thing that's closest to basically meditation, right? And movement, is that we're concentrating on one thing. That focused thought, that focused feeling, right? Bruce Lee said it himself. It's not, don't think, feel. And it didn't mean emotions. He meant by proprioception, how much force you're putting into the movement. So with meditation, we can actually access this. We could actually just sit there, and we actually could like sit there and scan our bodies as we're meditating. What is this? What does this index finger feel like? What does this pinky feel like? Where my toes feel like? You start getting familiar with your body internally, right? So that's one thing you could do. You could lie there, sit still, and just scan your body, feel out your proprioception. The other thing you could do as far as meditation is empty your mind and visualize. Visualize what the system, when you're accessing the proprioception, what are things firing? And if I could see it in my mind, I could translate it into the movement, right? So that you're practicing that by emptying your mind. You're emptying your mind and going, okay, let me visualize a 1990, right? You'll actually start doing the 1990 in your head. Then you start visualizing and feeling the proprioception, the connecting of your neural network to the muscles, even without doing it, right? You're actually feeling what that feels like to do it. So when you do go to practice, you basically have more of a focused into that technique, right? And as they say, even in meditation, you start hitting a flow state. You start going for these movements. You start going for these activations. You start going into this thing where you're one with the movement, right? There's no such thing as yourself. There's only you and the movement. Now, if you think about it, that's meditation. You start becoming the move, right? You become Zen. You become one with it. Why? Because there's no such thing as you. It's only your visualization of the movement and then the actual proprioception of the movement. And that's what helps with meditation, right? With meditation, you access these things. And it's great because you could do it in the morning and you could do it before you sleep. It's a good way to kind of like control those, like how many thoughts we have, a day, right? An hour, a minute, a second. If we can just focus into one, we can start understanding and breaking down moves even better and even more. And the other thing is that, you start accessing this flow state when you're about to compete, right? You're taking down the stress levels from what you're overthinking, because you're practicing this calmness. Now you mix that with what the other video is, the Wim Hof stuff. You start accessing great things that'll help you and that benefits you when you're in high pressure situations, not just in competition or in the cipher when you get called out, but just in general life. You accept things more. It's not necessarily a passive thing, because basically when you accept things more, you can take challenges and problem solve faster. Why? Because your emotions are not in the way. Through the breathing and through meditation, you're actually controlling your emotions even better. And that's the great part, that's beneficial all around, not just in performance. You know what I'm saying? That's beneficial for your life to take stress relief. And that's, the whole thing. Again, we're accessing the vagus nerve, we're accessing the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, and not just through the breathing, but through conscious thought, by concentrating and lowering down that negative self-talk, the negative patterns, and do produce not even positive patterns, but just more of a 0 point, an emptiness of truth where you can start problem solving faster. And that's the thing. If I were you guys, I would start trying to meditate and see how you feel. Maybe you'll increase in your performance or stress levels or whatever it is. And you know what? Like, I practice all the time. Like I said, I've been practicing it since 2008, and obviously it's been very beneficial. Let me know what you guys think. Did meditation, once you practice it, did meditation help you with your breaking or anything else as far as performative? Let me know. You can follow me on Instagram at PROFO_FLGZ, or right here on YouTube, where you can check out all the other videos. Like I said, we're doing a little bit more mindset here. A little bit of things that are going to be esoteric, but hey, it'll be good to hear from you guys, and thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.